Winter holiday themed illustrations are some of my favorites to paint. Hand painting holiday greeting cards is a beautiful way to show your love to your friends and family. Hi, my name is Garima Srivastava. I'm an artist, surface designer, and a top teacher here on Skillshare. Get your watercolor art supplies and let's paint a cute snowman. With a pencil, you can create a rough guideline of how big you would like your snowman to be. I want to add a little muffler, so 2 snow globes, one smaller for the head and another one a bit bigger for the base. Now, let's mix the colors we need. For the snowman, you can use any kind of blue that you have. I prefer to use some cobalt blue for this. With my number 6 round brush, which doesn't have a point anymore, but it holds good amount of color in it, I'm going to start from the top. You can see how I'm not filling the entire shape with color, just creating the boundaries around it. Especially adding a bit more color towards one of the sides. Now rinse my brush, remove the excess moisture and just run it along on this completely white area. So whatever color is in my brush and the moisture around it will help give a bit of color to the white area while keeping it nice and light. Now let's mix some of the other colors while this snowman's base is drying. We will need some indigo for the top hat. So here's some indigo. You can mix a little bit of French ultramarine to it if you would like a bit more blueness in it. Indigo is a bit darker neutral color. You can also create the hat with a black. We will need some winter greens. So for that I've got some sap green here. For the muffler we will need some red. So for that I like to mix some transparent orange to my Winsor red for a nice and bright red. We will also need a near black for all the facial features and the hands. You can use a ready-to-use black, or you can mix your burnt umber with your indigo to create a near black color. With my pointed number 4 round brush, I'll pick some of that indigo and French ultramarine mix, and with that I'll add the hat. You can see how I'm leaving some of the white behind. That's just to add a touch of looseness in it. Rinse my brush, remove the excess moisture and just run it along on this lighter white area. I'll rinse my brush really nicely now and pick that red and orange mix to create the muffler around the snowman's neck. Another loose end here. While all of this dries, you can take a pencil to create the facial features. With my 000 brush, I'll pick that nearly black color that we had mixed with indigo and burnt umber and add 2 oval shapes for the eyes. A sweet smile. You can make it quite a big smile, but I like to keep it nice and sweet. And then rinse my brush. You can either pick an orange or the red that you had already mixed for the muffler to create the carrot nose. While his muffler dries, let's add some leaves here around his hat. So for that you can either pick some sap green or any of the greens that you have to create these needle-like leaves. And while they are still wet, go ahead and pick some of that red that you have and add it as little berries here. The red won't show much on the indigo, but it will show on the white near the leaves and on the leaves themselves. Using that red, I'll add a few marks on the carrot as well. If you want to, you can also add 2 buttons here with either black or red. Let's add some red buttons here. Rinse your brush, and with a smaller brush or your number 3 round brush, pick that nearly black color. Let's add some twigs for his arms. One behind the muffler. And another one here coming out from his body, giving the sticks a little bit of wave to make them look natural. Add a bit more color where you've added the stick. I'm waiting for the muffler to dry before I add some final details. In the meantime, if you want, you can add some ice crystals falling around him, so with the same color as his body. Some ice crystal shapes. For greetings, you can write underneath him, "Let it snow." I will take some more of that indigo and add a little border here for his top hat's bottom part. With some alizarin crimson in my brush, I'm going to create a little bit of demarcation for the folded part of the muffler here. Red can be a pretty transparent color, so sometimes you need to add more than 1 layer if you want to cover up some of the bottom parts. While the muffler dries, I'm adding a little bit of details to the ice crystals we have painted. You can leave them like this as well. With my number 6 round brush with which we painted the snowman, I'm going to pick some of that cobalt blue, and with that I will add a bit of base, some more snow underneath the snowman, this time with a little less color in my brush, so it comes out a bit lighter than the snowman. Now that the muffler has almost dried, I'm going to pick some of my gold, and we will add some golden stripes to his muffler. You can add dots if you like. Where the muffler is still wet, your gold will bleed a little bit. Don't worry about it. Also add a few golden berries here on the top hat. Pick some more of that alizarin crimson just to give a bit more demarcation to the muffler. One more time. A little bit of shadow underneath the buttons here. With some opaque white, I will add 2 dots for the twinkle in the eye of the snowman. I'll just take a little bit of that original cobalt blue color and add a little bit of shadow right underneath the top hat here. Also underneath the muffler here. And with this, our sweet little snowman is ready.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest videos.